Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Peterson. I am the AP Art History teacher here at Olympus High School, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about and to encourage you to take AP Art History and what it's all about. So why should you take AP Art History? AP Art History offers 6 college credits, which is a really fantastic type of credit because it's very flexible. It's widely accepted throughout the state of Utah and other states of course, as well. But it is one of those credits that can fit into different categories depending on what your needs are. It can fulfill a humanities credit, it can be an art credit, or it can be an elective credit. Those of you that are planning on studying art history or studying art in college will need to have some art history credits. And so especially those of you that are artists out there will need to have some art history background, and it'll make you a better artist in many, many different ways. Those that are not artistic and do not like to draw or paint need your art credit. This is an art class that you can take without having any art skills or any art background. We do some art projects, but most of the art projects that we do are simply for the experience and to develop a greater appreciation, but it doesn't require any artistic skills. Art history is going to combine all of the other things you've been learning in your other classes, like your history classes, your science classes, and your foreign language classes. It's going to combine all those together and build on what you already know. It does not require a lot of background information. You don't have. I can't do that. Okay. Let's go back. Hello, I'm Mr. Peterson. I am the AP Art History teacher here at Olympus High School, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what AP Art History has to offer and why you should take AP Art History. AP Art History is one of those classes that can fulfill lots of different college credit assignments. You have humanities credits it can fit into, has an art credit it can fit into, or it can be an elective credit depending on what your major is. It's widely accepted in the state of Utah by all the universities in the state of Utah. And depending on what your major is, it can help you to meet those requirements you need to graduate, get that degree. If you are interested in getting a degree in art, it's great to have this credit under your belt. The universities will require that you take some art history classes, and so that will help meet those objectives to get that credit. Those of you that are not interested in a career in art and still need the art credit, this is a great class that you can take because it requires zero artistic skill to be able to take this class. We do some fun hands-on artistic projects, but you are not graded on your artistic abilities. Art history combines a lot of what you're learning in your other classes. In your history classes, U.S. history, world history, it combines what you've been learning in your foreign language classes as you've been learning about different cultures. And so we talk a lot about cultural history as well. I do lots of hands-on examples. I'm a very hands-on and visual type learner, and so I try to structure my class that way. So for example, if we're talking about African Bayeri statues, I have an example of an African Bayeri statue that you get to hold and you get to kind of experience, because these are meant to be held and not meant to sit on a shelf and look at. So I try to have many examples as possible. For example, if we're talking about the Gothic age and we need to learn about Gothic cathedrals, I have some examples of these models of what, for example, Notre Dame looks like before the fire. And you can really get a better understanding of what these pieces are like and how they function, and especially what they look like with many hands-on examples. Art history in any AP class will help you prepare for the rigors of college. College classes are often very challenging, and if you have not exposed yourself to the level of rigor that's required in a college class, it can be very difficult. But in an art history class can help you by learning how to study. Okay, teaching you different ways to learn and to remember things, and it can help you prepare for that you're going to experience when you get to college. Like I said before, I do like to do lots of hands-on activities, so we do several field trips in the valley here in Salt Lake to go see what some famous buildings and some museums that we have here locally, and we also do a 4-day trip to San Francisco, which I'll talk about in just a minute. And you get to meet Sister Wendy, who is by far one of the most sweetest and most lovable nuns you'll ever meet, and get her take on art. She's really quite clever, funny, and very entertaining. So those are some of the things you'll get from art history, but there's some deeper reasons, I think, that are, for me, that are most impactful to me on why I studied art history and why I'm teaching art history today. Art history will help you to understand how others see the world. We live in a very global society today, and being able to understand how others view the world from their perspective is incredibly valuable today. And how do you see the world? What makes you believe the things that you believe and value the things that you value? What makes you tick? We're going to talk about that as well in art history, and being able to see different interpretations of beauty, how other cultures, how other people determine what is beautiful, what is powerful, will help you to understand how and why you see things the way you see them. And most importantly, it's going to help you to see the world through the eyes of those that actually lived it. It's kind of like traveling back in time. You get to see the way the Greeks valued the human body, and contrast that to the way that people during the Middle Ages saw the human body, and why they saw the human body that way. And so you get a firsthand experience of history that you don't get from watching a video or reading a book, which is really exciting. I took this class in high school, and honestly, it changed my life. I'm here today teaching art history because of my art history teacher was so helped me to do all this. I learned how to study. I learned how to express myself, how to understand what it was that I was seeing. And it is my sincere hope that I instill that in all my students. So I would invite you to consider taking AP Art History to get this experience for yourself. And I promise you, you will not regret it. We do, so a little bit about the tour. We go to San Francisco, like I said, for 4 days. There's a whole list of things that we try to do and try to include it. This is an optional activity. It is not required that students go. You do pay your own way to be able to go, but it is definitely worth the money. We stay we fly, first of all, from Salt Lake to Oakland, and we fly over the Bay Area, which is always a great view. And we take a bus tour of the Bay Area that drives us from the airport to our hotel, and we stop along the way at all these really beautiful little places, so you can get a really good idea of what the city's all about. So we go across the bridge, a couple lookout points. We go visit Grace Cathedral, which is a beautiful Gothic-style building in the middle of the city of San Francisco, with beautiful stained glass windows and frescoes. And we go see lots of different architecture in and around the city as well, including the Golden Gate Bridge. You get to drive across it or do a hike underneath it. Coit Tower is a famous tower built in honor of the firefighters of the earthquake, the 1906 earthquake in San Francisco, which was a big part of San Francisco's history. Gives us great views of the city. We go stop in Chinatown, which is a great cultural experience as well. Have great restaurants, shops, street performers, which are very, very awesome to go see and watch. We do the night tour of Alcatraz, which is really, really awesome because you get to see it at night, of course, and it's very spooky and scary. But they have a wonderful audio tour that tells you all about the history of the island of Alcatraz, and told by inmates that stayed there. So it's really, really well done. Very, very fun. We go see the art museums is our main attraction that we try to go see every one of these museums about every day. The De Young Museum has their collection of non-Western and American art, which is really, really awesome. This is my son with standing next to a Picasso painting. We go see the Legion of Honor, which has their European collection of art. All the way from, they have some Monets, they have some Van Goghs, Picassos, Spanish art, French art, Dutch art. Yeah, it's really great. Great collection there. We see the Asian Museum. San Francisco has a large Asian population, and with Chinatown being one of the largest concentrations of people of Asian descent in the United States. And the Asian Museum has a collection of all their Chinese, Japanese, Indian, Buddhist, Hindu art, and it's really, really wonderful. We go see the SF MoMA, which is the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, which has one of the greatest and largest collections of modern art in the entire world. It's an incredibly large museum, 7 levels high, and it's got lots of fun, hands-on, very modern activities. Modern museum of modern art. It's fantastic. We try to do different excursions throughout the days as well, so not just museums, but we do some hikes. You get to experience Chinatown and some different examples of different types of cuisines, depending on what you want to eat and where you want to go. We go to Glide Memorial as a group if you'd like to go, which is a church service. If you've seen The Pursuit of Happiness by Will Smith, that's the church he goes to for some help. We go to the Japanese Tea Gardens, which is a beautiful Japanese garden with ponds, reflecting ponds, koi ponds, pagodas, tea house. You can have some tea, have some soup, and it's really, really a lot of fun. Afternoons are generally free time where you can, in groups, go to some and explore some things in the city that you'd like to go experience. Like Golden Gate Park is a place you can go. Go see the flowers, go see the buffalo, the windmills, the beach. You can rent bikes, you can rent segways. We take cable cars to get around everywhere, buses, trolleys, even the underground train we take as well. Our hotel is right on the wharf, which is a very safe location, and it's got tons of restaurants, tons of fun things to go do. Boudin is my favorite. Grilled cheese and tomato soup is awesome. I usually get it at least twice while we're there. They have a really amazing aquarium that you can go experience. Shopping, if you like to do shopping at Union Square, they've got this enormous mall that you can go and buy whatever you want to there. Lombard Street is by the hotel as well, and you can walk up it or walk down it. I prefer to walk down it. You can go see the painted ladies and the famous Victorian style homes throughout the whole entire city, they're just amazing, and lots of fun things to go do. You can go see a Broadway play at the Orpheum. So I would love to have you come. And so just to kind of wrap this up here, join us for AP Art History. It's a class that you will definitely not forget, and you can benefit in so many different ways. So sign up. Love to have you.